I think it's time for a little bit of a celebration. We've made it to the 12-month anniversary of the channel. Exactly 12 months ago to the day, I recorded my very first challenge run with Ursaring. Even though Corsair was released before Ursaring, the Ursaring run was actually recorded first. And now we'll see just how much of an improvement 12 months will make. Because this is a redo, we're going to be making the video incredibly fast paced. Those of you who've been around the channel for a very long time might remember the old Just the Battles format. We're going to be creating these redo videos in a very similar style where we're only really showing the important battles. And that's simply because we've already told the story of the Pokémon, we're now just trying to improve its time. And these videos are not going to be replacing any of our main run challenges. These are just going to be little extras every now and then when I fancy trying to get a Pokémon up the leaderboard. With all of that out of the way though, let's now take a look at the stats of our Teddy Ursa. We are level 5 with 22 HP, we're holding a berry and our moves are Scratch and Leer. And we have 13 in attack, 10 in defense, 10 also in the specials, and just 9 in speed. That low speed is what will be holding us back throughout this run. But the graphics are now up, we've got the potion from Professor Elm's aid, and our first important battle is against Rival 1. So I used the Universal Pokémon Randomizer to replace Totodile with Teddy Ursa. The reason for that is Chikorita is the bulkiest of all the starters and we are just a physical attacker. It was 3 scratches to get through Rival 1, so we'll make our way over to Violet City where Falkner is waiting for us. This is our first gym leader together, he's a flying type specialist who will lead with Pidgey. We learnt Lick in the process of getting to Falkner, but we're going to be using Scratch in this battle. It was just a couple of hits on the Pidgey and it's looking like a 3-shot on the Pidgeotto. 3 scratches later we knock it out and we get our first badge in a time of 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Let's now move on to the Ilex Forest where we have a pair of HM friends to catch. First of course is Psyduck. Psyduck's going to be helping us out with Surf, Strength, Whirlpool and Waterfall. And the second HM friend is Paris. Paris will be helping us out with Cut, Flash, Dig, and if we need it, Sweet Scent as well. With both of those safely tucked away though, let's get out of the forest and into our second gym. This is Bugsy, the Bug-type specialist who will lead with Metapod. So Metapod comes out and we have taught Swift in the interim. We're sticking with Swift as it's 2 shots to knock out the Metapod and here comes the Kakuna. Kakuna goes for String Shot and then Harden, so no poison for us, and that just leaves Scyther. Scyther easily outspeeds us and starts building up a Fury Cutter, but even with a critical hit we're able to knock it out in 3 shots and obtain the Hive badge in a time of 11 minutes and 51 seconds. Let's now move on to the notorious Rival 2. This can be the undoing of a lot of Pokemon, however we do have Lick on our learn set, which means we're not going to have to struggle. So the Ghastly comes out and we lick it, but we get sent to sleep. Ghastly then starts spiting away at us and we have nothing to do but just wait to wake up. We eventually wake up and knock out the Ghastly on turn number 2 and here comes the Zubat. We Swift the Zubat, we grow to level 19 and here comes Bayleaf. Bayleaf sets up a Reflect and we run out of Swifts. To add insult to injury, Razorleaf crits, we get knocked out and we have to take our first reset. And so we're back to square one against the Ghastly and once again we get sent to sleep. This time though, the sleep is very short and we're able to wake up just a couple of turns later. We knock out the Ghastly and we are on to the Zubat. We go back to Swift for the Zubat and we knock it out with a lucky critical hit, and here comes Bayleaf. We outspeed and hit it with Swift on turn 1, Poison Powder misses, we knock it out on turn 2 with another critical hit, and we are through the second rival battle. Just before we make our way to Whitney, we're going to grab our 3rd and 4th HM friends. First of course is Abra, who's going to be helping us out with Teleport, and second of course is Kenya. Kenya will be helping us out with Fly. And with our party fully filled up for another run, let's now make it into Goldenrod Gym. This is Whitney, our 3rd gym leader together, who will lead with Clefairy. We headbutt the Clefairy and take it deep into the red and knock it out on our second turn, and here comes the Miltank. Miltank outspeeds, Stomp deals a critical hit and we get knocked out. Let's try again, this time we flinch the Clefairy so we're on full HP for the Miltank. Miltank locks itself into rollout and this is the best possible scenario. The only thing Miltank can do now is prolong the inevitable. She goes back for rollout eventually, we knock it out in 2 further hits, and that is the plain badge acquired in a time of 18 minutes and 14 seconds. And with Whitney's badge acquired, we have access to the north of Johto. We went through Ecruteak and Olivine and into the lighthouse where we're battling Sailor Ernest. It's against Sailor Ernest we grow to level 30, and at level 30 we say goodbye to Teddy Ursa, and we evolve into Ursaring, and this is where the run diverges from the original run because we were still a Teddy Ursa by the time we were battling the rival for the third time. This time he'll lead with Haunter. Because we're Ursaring, we're able to outspeed and one-shots with Feint Attack, and here comes Magnemite. We taught 500 specifically for the Magnemite and it did its job there. We've got Strength for the Zubat, and the final Pokemon is Bayleaf. We use Strength, we outspeed, and we comfortably knock it out in one hit, and we are through Rival 3 at a time of just shy of 27 minutes. Let's now move on to our fourth gym leader together, Morty, the Ghost and Poison type specialist. He led with a Ghastly and we knocked it out in a single hit, and we do exactly the same against the Haunter. And here comes Gengar. Gengar looks at us funny on turn 1 and then misses a Hypnosis as we two shots with Feint Attack. The final Haunter comes out, we knock that out with a single Feint Attack as well, and we are through Morty in a time of 28 minutes and 42 seconds. Let's now cross the ocean to Chuck, the fighting type specialist who will lead with Primeape. We outspeed the Primeape and knock it out in a single hit, and that just leaves Poliwrath left to go. Poliwrath misses Hypnosis, so we didn't need that Minceberry after all. We two-shot the Poliwrath and get the Storm Badge in a time of 31 minutes and 3 seconds. Ursaring is comfortably within his stride now, and let's keep that going against Price, the 6th gym leader who led with a Seal. Seal was a comfortable one-shot and we critical hit the Dugong to knock it out in a single hit as well. We use Strength against the Piloswine, we get yet another critical hit, and we obtain the Glacier Badge in a time of 35 minutes and 36 seconds. Our 7th gym leader is Jasmine, this Steel-type specialist who will lead with Magnemite. We've still got 500 and it's a one-shot on both of the Magnemites, it's just the Steelix we have to look out for. We hit it with a 500 and take it deep into the yellow. Irontail hits, but she doesn't heal up, so it's another 500 to knock it out, and we get the option to learn Slash. We replace Headbutts with Slash, and we are through Jasmine in a time of 36 minutes and 41 seconds. Let's move on to the 4th rival battle in the Goldenrod Underground. He leads with Golbat, who doesn't get a chance to confuse us as Strength one-shots. We're back onto a pesky Magnemite and Fire Punch is really proving its value. It's only 3,000 Pokédollars to melt all these Steel-type Pokémon. We can also use it against Ice types as well as Sneasel very kindly demonstrated there. We could use 500 against the Meganium, but a single Strength is enough to knock it out. And that's Rival 4 completed in exactly 42 minutes. Our next major battle is Clair, the Dragon-type specialist who will lead with Dragonair. We've replaced Fire Punch for Ice Punch in this battle, but we're going to be sticking with Return. Is there anything that is a match for this very angry bear? Not a single one of these Dragonair stood a chance, and neither did the Kingdra. We one-shot everything with Return and we get the Rising Badge in 50 minutes and 31 seconds. This is by far the quickest pace we have ever been on. So let's now try and speed up even more as we take on our 5th and final rival battle. This time he leads with Sneasel. One shot with Return is all it takes to knock it out, and so Golbat is up next. It's another simple one shot with Return to knock it out, and then as if this bear wasn't already powerful enough, we learn Earthquake. Earthquake is more than capable of taking care of both Magneton and Haunter, and then suddenly he's only got 2 Pokemon left to go. Just one Return is all it took for the Kadabra, and exactly the same for the Meganium. That's the rival all completed for another run in a time of exactly 55 minutes. And with that, we are already at the Pokemon League. We're going to heal up whether we need it or not, and now it's time to say thank you to the HM friends. So it's thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, and to Paris. You've all been a great help in the Johto region, especially with how quickly we've been going. You all get some well-deserved rest as Ursaring takes on the League. So we are level 52 with 182 HP. We're holding the Scamulet's coin with Return, Earthquake, Fire Punch, and Slash. We have 172 in attack, 113 in defense, 116 in the specials, and 99 in speed. Those stats are more than enough to see us through the league, it's just how quickly. We'll try first of all with Will, the Psychic type specialist who will lead with Xatu. Xatu's a simple one-shot with Return, so he sends out a Jinx. Jinx is paper thin defensively, so gets knocked out in one hit as well. And then through some miracle, we're also able to one-shot Executor. We get very close to even one-shotting Slowbro. These are very good signs for later on in the run. Our attack is already incomparable with most other Pokemon we have run. We get through Will in a time of 56 minutes and 7 seconds, and up next is Koga, the Poison-type specialist who leads with Ariados. Both of Koga's Bug Poison-type Pokemon are simple one-shots with Return, and here comes the Fortress. I misclick and use Earthquake instead of Fire Punch, but it's still only a 2-shot to knock it out, and here comes Muck. Earthquake easily takes care of the Muck, and the final Pokemon is Crobat. Crobat outspeeds and gets a double team off, meaning we miss return on turn 1, we take a little bit of damage from wing attack, but we knock it out on turn 2 and we are through Koga in a time of 56 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's move on to Bruno, the fighting type specialist who leads with Old Spinny Legs. It's a critical hit one shot on Old Spinny Legs, so here comes Hitmonlee. We don't need a crit for the Hitmonlee and we're already on to Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan gives us a little bit of damage with a Muck Punch, but we still one shot it away, and then the big surprise of this run is we're even able to one hit Machamp. We swap to Earthquake for the Onix, we knock it out in a single shot, and Bruno is all done and dusted in a time of 57 minutes and 20 seconds. Our final league member is Karen, the Dark-type specialist who leads with Umbreon. We don't quite one-shot it, but we get a very lucky King's Rock flinch, and we are on to the Vileplume. Vileplume is a one-hit, however, and here comes Gengar. We swap to Earthquake for Gengar and make very light work of it, and there are only 2 Pokemon left. Murkrow is very frail, so goes down straight away. The final Pokemon is Houndoom. We finish it off with an Earthquake, and that is Karen defeated in a time of 58 minutes and 12 seconds. The only thing between us and a league time of under 1 hour is Lance, the liar with the Flyers, who will lead with Gyarados. We're going to just try and brute force our way through this battle. It's one shot on Gyarados with return, and here comes Dragonite. We've taught Ice Punch just for this occasion, and it's more than strong enough to take care of the paralysing Dragonite. That is a huge weight off my mind. Up next is Aerodactyl. Rock Slide gives us some damage, but we are able to one-shot that with another Ice Punch. Here comes Charizard, and there goes Charizard. And then that just leaves the 50 Dragonite left to go. Ice Punch is capable of knocking it out in one shot, and we are through Lance in a time of 59 minutes on the nose. This is the quickest time we have ever been through the league. Our Hall of Fame time is 59 minutes and 18 seconds. We are on a phenomenal run, and what Ursaring deserved. There's still another 8 badges plus the red fight left to come though, so don't you dare go anywhere. Kanto is next. And we are back, where it all began outside our home in Newbark Town, and we've got to retrieve the HM friends. First of all, Professor Elm gives us a little phone call, we go and grab the SS ticket, and then we're in Cherry Grove City to retrieve Kenya, Abra, Psyduck and Paris. And with those safely in the party and one boat ride later, we find ourselves in Kanto. We land in Vermilion City, but our first gym is in Celadon. This is Sabrina, the grass-type specialist who leads with Tangela. Tangela is very bulky, but not bulky enough to withstand a slash from Ursaring. Neither is the Jumpluff. The third Pokemon is Victory Bell, and it's yet another one-shot. The final Pokemon for Erica is Bellossom. Her last Pokemon is Bellossom. It's another one-shot with Slash. We grow to level 59, and we have the option to learn Thrash. We decide to keep the Slash instead of the Thrash, and we get Erica's badge in a time of 1 hour, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. The second Cantonian gym leader is Misty, who led with an already fainted Golduck. The Quagsire goes down in the same way, and her third Pokemon is Lapras. Lapras is very bulky, but not bulky enough to withstand our bear. Absolutely nothing is slowing us down. Another 4 one-shots for another gym badge in a time of 1 hour, 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Sabrina is next, the Psychic-type specialist who is great with her special attack, but weak with her physical defense. Espeon goes down straight away, and so does Mr. Mime. We all know by now that Alakazam has paper-thin physical defense, so it's another one-shot. 3 more one-hits for another badge. Thank you, Kanto. Marsh badge acquired in a time of 1 hour, 7 minutes and 49 seconds. Let's see if Surge can do any better for the gym leaders in Kanto. I doubt it though, as Raichu gets knocked out straight away. And then as our main course for Ursaring in this battle, we have a Magneton sandwich. We start with a slice of Electrode bread, we have Magneton for the filling, we finish off with another Electrode bread, and then for desserts we have a delicious Electabuzz. 5 further one-shots, another gym badge acquired in a time of 1 hour, 8 minutes and 59 seconds. Let's see if Brock, the Rock-type specialist, can put up any resistance whatsoever. He leads with Graveler, which has quite high physical defense, but our physical attack is just higher. Rhydon's very bulky, but not bulky enough either, so he tries with Omastar. Omastar and Kabutops aren't actually fossils yet with how quickly we're going through this run. Maybe this Ursaring run is the reason they go extinct in the first place, because we one-shot everything at Brock, and we get his badge in a time of 1 hour, 10 minutes and 6 seconds. Our 14th gym leader is Blaine, the Fire-type specialist who leads with Macargo. Macargo isn't bottom of the leaderboard anymore in these runs, however it still gets one shot. The same happens against the Bumhead Fireduck, and then Rapidash isn't rapid enough to withstand this onslaught. Another 3 one-hits for another gym badge in a time of 1 hour, 11 minutes and 36 seconds. And now poor Janine. She's the penultimate gym leader and this is just cruelty. Janine, of course, is massively underleveled compared to all of her colleagues, so we're going to skip through this as quickly as possible and hope she doesn't waste money on a dire hit. Here comes the Venomoth. We tell her to save the money, but she doesn't and wastes a dire hit. She wastes her money and she barely stood a chance as we get the Soul Badge in a time of 1 hour, 12 minutes and 19 seconds. Our final gym leader is Blue, the mixed type specialist who leads with Pidgeot. Pidgeot doesn't outspeed, so we one-hit that with return, but Alakazam does. Even with the Reflect though, our in-battle 241 attack makes mincemeat of Alakazam. We struggle here though against the Rhydon. We almost but not quite knocked it out, and that got a Sandstorm up. We try and bait out a Rain Dance from the Gyarados, but he Hyper Beams instead, and that actually turned out to be a colossal misplay for Red. A combination of Sandstorm and a second return knocks out the Gyarados, and then Sandstorm also guarantees we one-shot the Executor. At this point the Sandstorm has subsided and the Reflect has faded, and that means we Earthquake away the Arcanine to get Blue's badge in a time of 1 hour, 13 minutes and 27 seconds. This is by far the fastest pace we have ever been on. We stand a chance of defeating Red in under 1 hour and 20 minutes. So let's now chat to Professor Oak and unlock Mount Silver, and do you think we're going to defeat Red in under 1 hour and 20 minutes? Let me know down in the comments below as we engage him in battle. This is Red, the final challenge of the run, who leads with Pikachu. We get off to a couple of false starts here because we are not able to outspeed Pikachu. I cycle about to get a different starting seed, and this time Pikachu goes for Thunder. We now know that if we outspeed or if Charm or Thunder misses, we get through the Pikachu in one shot and we're on to Espeon. Espeon's Psychic deals a huge amount of damage, but yet again we're able to knock that out in one hit. We're also able to get through Snorlax in 2 shots, and that brings us on to Venusaur, where we have a problem. We aren't able to outspeed, Solar Beam hits and knocks us out. Let's use our first 3 rare candies. We have roughly a 50-50 chance of getting this battle going each time. It's a 23% chance of the Quick Claw activating, and it's also a 25% chance of Charm missing. And now we are almost back to where we were when we got knocked out last time. Snorlax doesn't attack us and we are through it in 2 shots, and here comes that pesky Venusaur. We still don't outspeed it though, and we still don't survive Solar Beam. Let's now use a further 3 rare candies. We're at level 71, we outspeed the Pikachu with a Quick Claw and we knock it out. Here comes Espeon, and this time Espeon reflects. That turns Espeon into a 2-shot, which means not only are we not hitting as hard, we still take the psychic damage. We get back onto the Snorlax, but now it's a 3-shot and Body Slam knocks us out. We're getting desperate now, let's use our final 4 rare candies, and we're also going to get rid of Ice Punch. We're going to say hello to Hidden Power Rock in its place. This is a move specifically designed for the Charizard. We want to take no chances whatsoever because that is Red's hardest hitter against us. We take a lot of psychic damage still from Espeon, but we're on 160 HP for the Snorlax. We don't have a Reflect up, which means it's a guaranteed 2 shots, but we get paralysed instead. Let's try that once more. I was getting so frustrated at this point. We have the win condition, but our speed just isn't good enough. We're relying on Quick Claw luck to save the day. We get through the Snorlax no problem this time with a lucky critical hit. We're back to the Venusaur, and this time we outspeed, but he outplays us by using Sunny Day. That means that Charizard's Flamethrower is going to be significantly boosted. We get taken down to 25 HP as Hidden Power Rock one-shots the Charizard. That just leaves Blastoise, so we take it deep into the yellow on turn 1, but Blizzard hits. Let's try again. It's now or never for getting a time under 1 hour and 20 minutes. Pikachu gets out of there and we get hit by Psychic. It's actually a good thing to be hit by Psychic though, because it means Reflect isn't up. We're back onto the Snorlax, we don't critical hit, but he uses Amnesia. We are on 159 HP for Venusaur. The exact same situation happens with Venusaur again. He sets up the sun, and that means that Charizard is going to hit us for huge damage. 151 HP later though, and we have knocked it out. We just need Blizzard to miss once. It's a 70% accurate move, it misses, we hit it with return, we grow to level 76, and that means we have defeated Red in our fastest ever time in 1 hour, 19 minutes and 50 seconds. This is the time that Ursaring had the potential potential to do 1 year ago, but I just wasn't experienced enough to do it. So let's now get Ursaring's fresh place on the leaderboard, and he is up in first. Goodness me, what a run. Porygon 2 is now down in second place, and Feraligatr is next in the second page drop zone in 10th place. Talking of page 2, we now have Nidoqueen at the very top, and you may notice in 26th place is our original Ursaring run. At the very bottom of page 2 in 50th place in the drop zone is Hypno. Raichu is now top of page 3, and Poor Shuckle is still in last place. But with that, we are done. So I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope you enjoyed this very quick-paced video. If you have, please do leave a like. If you've got anything at all to say, please do leave it in the comments. If you want to see more runs just like this, then think about subscribing. And until next time, I'll say thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon.